I'm Erin Brown. I figured I put together some videos talking about BMT and tech school and security forces in general, just because there's not a lot out on YouTube right now. So going back to tech school, I went through tech school in January and February of 2016. I went in with my assigned job being security forces. I was in the 331st Squadron, Wolfpack, which is a really good squadron. It has most of the battlefield airmen, and so the PT is a little bit more, you have to meet the higher requirements for PT in that squadron, at least when I went through. I would suggest trying to get a date in the winter because we only had about 1 week of hot days. The rest of the days were in the mid 80s, 70s, so it wasn't too bad at all. We were still on the winter schedule, so we had PT at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we would alternate between strength days and run days. On strength days, you did things like crunches, sit ups, push ups, pyramid push ups, and I started BMT only being able to do 5 push-ups within my minute, and my run time was 16 minutes for the 1.5 miles, and I was able to do, I think, about 27 crunches. And by the time BMT was done and I graduated in February, I had my run time down to 12 minutes, and I had 25 push-ups, and also I was at 46 crunches. So I went up a lot just because of the PT that we were doing. It's not hard at all. Just do your 1x3s and pay attention to those, and do those every day, and it'll really help you improve all of your strength and fitness. On run days, you would run for about 20 minutes at a set pace, and then you would run at about another 10 minutes at your own pace, and then you would have 6 walk-run sprints. So you would sprint for 30 seconds, and then you would walk for a minute, sprint for 30 seconds, walk for another minute. The biggest things I would say to do is get a job or a detail that is good. So volunteer when you hear the details, such as like sweeping or mid dusting, high dusting, low dusting, stairwell crew. Those were all pretty good. I didn't really have a set detail throughout my whole BMT experience. I bounced around from different ones, so I had experience in all of them, and I would say try not to get latrine crew. It's still not bad, but it's not exactly the most fun either. I know it's a little cheesy, but watch the t-shirt rolling videos and the sock rolling videos and things like that before you get to BMT, so you have an idea of what to expect. I thought the locker inspections would be easy. They were a little bit harder. The sergeants usually find things that I didn't even know existed to give me demerits on. One of the big things was keeping your locker dusted and lint rolling all of your stuff and clipping all of your strings. When I got there, I wasn't yelled at immediately. We had a couple days of in-processing, and we started out in the old dorms, and then we got moved to the new dorms about 3 weeks later. The first week is just getting all of your in-processing done, getting all of your gear issued to you, making sure you know things like facing movements and marching. And so during that time, things are going to be kind of crazy. There's going to be more yelling. But the big thing to remember is they're not like yelling at you. They're only yelling so that everyone else can hear what needs to be corrected. So not everyone gets in trouble for the same thing. It's kind of just one person gets in trouble, and then the rest know not to do that anymore. I tried to stay low as much as possible and not get noticed, and it was getting noticed for something good. So that seemed to work pretty well. We there's a lot of classroom time, so just make sure you stay awake, hydrate a lot. That really helps. Take notes. Use colored pens if you can. Um, that'll help you stay awake. And then for Beast, volunteer to be on one of the PAR teams, because once you have to go under the hardened shelter and put on your gas mask and all of your gear and things like that, the PAR teams are able to go out and actually be doing stuff instead of just sitting around and waiting till the exercise is over. Um, the MREs aren't bad at all. I actually kind of like MREs. My favorite ones are chicken noodle soup, beef stew, Southwest beef, and black beans. So there's a few good ones in there. If try to get an MRE that is multiple of 5, like 5, 10, 15, something like that, because the multiples of 5 have candy like M&Ms or Skittles in them. The biggest things to look forward to are in like third, fourth week, you get your name tapes sewn on your uniform, and that's really cool. And then once you get back from Beast, that's a big experience. And then seventh week is when you wear your blues around the squadron, and everyone knows that you're about ready to graduate. So it's really exciting, and you get congratulated a lot by all the other airmen. The EOC is not hard either. If you just read through your BMTSG, it gives you everything you need to know, and as long as you read through that a couple times and highlight the important stuff that you learned in class, you'll do really well on the EOC. I got the second highest grade in my flight for that. So yeah, it's pretty simple going through BMT. I wouldn't think too much of it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and I'll get back to you.